Coming to you live from Prashi Decor in the Design District of Dallas, Texas. This is the Dallas Music Network, our all-new 501c3 foundation began to provide a stage for artists in the midst of COVID-19. And each week, we strive to shine a light on all things creative, starting with musicians, their songs, and their stories. Tonight, we're featuring brand new pop artist Tristan Cole and the theatrical keyboard stylings of award-nominated Poppy Xander. But first, award-winning singer, songwriter, and our MC at Dallas Music Network, Emmeline!
How's everybody doing? There's a cold breeze coming in this morning. Leaves are turning brown, the skies are gray. Ominous clouds lining the horizon. But I can't leave this place, no, no. Silence spreads between us like an ocean. But I'd swim the 7 seas to get to you. Ominous clouds lining the horizon. But I'd brave the deep to get the truth. I don't wanna believe that I something special is over now. I don't wanna believe that our precious engine is stalling out. 'Cause I'd still follow you through the dark, even though we've lost the road. So if you can't love me, if you can't love me back, and tell me to go. There's a sadness weighing in my footsteps. There's a memory playing in my head. And each time you breathe keeps telling me there's nothing left to say. But I keep searching, yeah, I keep searching. I don't wanna believe that I'm something special is over now. I don't wanna believe that our precious engine is stolen now. 'Cause I'd still follow you through the dark, even though we've lost the road. So if you can't love me, if you can't love me back, tell me to go. Once upon a time, baby, you knew all the right words. They're still somewhere deep inside, like the smile in your eyes. And all I ever wanted was to be heard by you. 'Cause your voice could change the world like it changed this little girl. I don't wanna believe that our something special is over now. I don't wanna believe that our precious engine is stolen now. I don't wanna believe that our something special is over now. I don't wanna believe that our precious engine tell me to go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dallas Music Network. What a pleasure to be here with you on stage with this lovely group of gentlemen behind me hanging out. So I think a lot of us have been thinking in the time of COVID about what we can do, right? To hang out and help our fellow citizens. And this song is sort of about that journey. It's about how before we used to think that your gesture had to be big, had to involve a lot of people, might have had to be in a public place, right? It was all about what you could do in a grand way. But I think a lot of the things that we're allowed to do now are small. Reaching out to a friend in need, holding out a helping hand. And small doesn't mean useless. So that's what this song is about. This is called Superheroes. Oh, I've been a weed among the roses, one speck of dust among the stars. We've got ourselves a hotel room down at rock bottom, but I think we dilate in the dark. Seaweeds are known for their resilience, and rocks are built to scale down here. So we'll just climb until we're shining like diamonds, too high to fall, too bright to feel. We're gonna be superheroes. We can't do it all, but we'll start off small. We're gonna be superheroes. Fly into the fray, make it out okay. We're gonna save the day, so let the villains make the headlines. Let lesser mortals win the race. There's more to run for than that medal on your chest, and there's more to victory than fame. We're gonna be superheroes. We can't do it all, but we'll start off small. We're gonna be superheroes. Fly into the fray, make it out okay. We're gonna save the day when the crowds have gone away, and no one's shouting out your name. You'll see the lines in every face you've helped to change. A single spark sets the world ablaze. We're gonna be superheroes. We can't do it all, but we'll start off small. We're gonna be superheroes. Fly into the fray, make it out okay. We're gonna be superheroes. We can't do it all, but we'll start off small. We're gonna be superheroes. Fly into the fray, make it out okay. We're gonna save the day. Oh, we're gonna save the day. you. Guys, how awesome is this band? They're fantastic, right? You're going to see them coming up again, so stay tuned. Right now, though, I'm gonna play you a little song all by myself. So I'm going to give these fine gentlemen a break after all this hard work that they've been doing. Dallas Music Network, is it okay if I play something new for you? One thing that I appreciate so much about this show is the opportunity it gives artists to share their work. And so much of us have been doing a lot of creating in this period because we can't do much else. So this song is about that realization that I think a lot of us have had in this strange time in which we're living, that nothing is permanent. What that means is that we have to hold on to each other a little bit tighter while we've got each other. After we've had some hand sanitizer, of course. And I think it also means that maybe we see the things that we have in a little bit more of a magical light. Because we know we could lose them at any time. So this is called Fragile. It's brand new, I hope you like it. Heart of steel and ribs of stone, I can make it on my own. I've walked gravel roads, these tender souls can brave the path ahead. But then there's you in my head. Paper lips and crystal eyes, you're the only thing I've tried. Makes me feel like I am dying to survive. I've never been more alive. Tough as nails, yet I'm delicate in your arms. Dedicated to the sense this moment will not come again. Heart is rocky, yet I'm feather soft in your arms. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. You and I were beautifully fragile. Tiny fists and stubborn ways, ironclad resolve for days. I'm a soldier, I'm blown over by the grace in your smile. You turn my water to wine. You break me open and I'm tough as nails, yet I'm delicate in your arms. Dedicated to the sense this moment will not come again. Heart is rocky, yet I'm feather soft in your arms. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. You and I were beautifully fragile. Devastating, captivating, excruciating. I see your face and I'm elated. You're the only one I know who feels like home. 'Cause your head on my chest and love, forever's not long enough. I wanna freeze this frame. My every word's your name. I'll never be the same. Tough as nails, yet I'm delicate in your arms. Dedicated to the sense this moment will not come again. Heart is rocky, yet I'm feather soft in your arms. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. You and I were beautifully fragile. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to invite these fine gentlemen back on stage. And I think we have one more for you guys. If you like what you hear from me, my name is Emmeline. It's such an honor to be up here. Playing with these incredible gentlemen. Bringing you some songs that hopefully make your day a little bit brighter. We've all spent a lot of time alone these past couple of months. And sometimes that means you watch a lot of TV, right? And really, I think you should all probably just be watching this show. But in the event that you're watching anything else, you might have seen some commercials that like to tell you that you need their products to be better, smarter. And I'm going to propose something different, which is that everything you need to be exactly who you want to be, you already have. Because that's the message. So I hope this inspires you to dig deep down and find your truest self. And I hope the rest of the artists on the stage tonight inspire you to keep digging, to keep going on that journey. The song is called Empire. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me this evening. There's a sing-along, folks, in the audience and at home. I'm counting on you. But I'll tell you what to do, don't worry. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you a true story that goes a little bit like this. I've settled into a life now. I run at midnight through town, past pretty cottages with tree light shining down. I've got a new sense of wonder. I've got a new peace of mind. I've learned that bruises are colors that fade over time. And you're less than a shadow. And I'm stronger than I know most days. Most days I'm not a box that you check in. I'm not a name to be given. I am an empire. I am an empire. More than a hand to be holding. More than a heart to be broken. I am an empire. I am an empire. I do whatever I want now. I wrinkle sheets on both sides, and all the things that used to be ours are mine. I've got a dog and a future. I've got an identity. I've learned that it's never too late to follow a dream. And you're less than a ghost now. And I'll figure this all out someday. Someday. I'm not a box that should check in. I'm not a name to be given. I am an empire. I am an empire. More than a hand to be holding. More than a heart to be broken. I am an empire. I am an Dallas Music Network, I promised you a sing-along. Are you ready? It's super easy. It's one syllable. It goes like this. It goes, whoa, 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 part. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little louder. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep it going. I'm not a box that you're checking. I'm not a name to be given. I am an empire. I am an empire. More than a hand to be holding. More than a heart to be broken. I am an empire. I am an empire.
Thank you, Emmeline Miles. Wow, that was amazing. Emmeline, you really got into that. Love it, love it. I haven't heard some of those tunes. I just wanted to say who I am, Beverly Perry. I'm usually behind the scenes. I'm never out here in front of the camera. But I asked if I could interview this girl right here, Emmeline Miles. She's typically our hostess with the mostest.
Oh,
But
and you're
there
our
are so
fearless
many,
leader.
there are so many great things about Emmeline that I wanted to bring up with you. She has no idea what I'm going to ask her.
I don't know if I like this chair as much as that chair.
So a little shout out to our East Coast producer, Scott Curry, who always says, never go into an interview unless you've gone over the questions with the interviewee. And so we're breaking all the rules now because I didn't want Emmeline to know what the questions were.
I feel like take Scott advice is a lesson that I learn over and over and over. But hey, before we get started, can we all have a round of applause for Beverly Perry, who is our fearless leader here at Dallas Music Network?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I have cheater cards.
Okay.
And my cheater cards are, first of all, wow, you are not just an artist, you are, and I've got the list here, a songwriter. We saw that. You are a writer. You have a book deal for 3 books coming down the pike.
I do.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So
Thank
novels,
you.
and they're novels, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so when are we going to get to have those in our hands to read, or is it something that you haven't started yet, or have, and you're...
That's a really good question. They have been started. They're in the editing process, which is always
oh my gosh.
fancy. But probably start to look for them around August or September of this year.
Oh, I don't know where you get the time to do all that. So I'm going to read the rest of what you are, okay?
Oh,
Okay. You are also, obviously, a host on Dallas Music Network. You are a professor. You are a piano teacher. You are now you have your own radio show on Deep Ellum Radio and your own podcast, one and the same. And you're also a student.
Wow.
So where do you have time to do all of that?
You know, I always say that the mark of a good intro is that you give the audience enough information that they're disappointed when they actually discover what's behind all of that. So I think you've set that up for me nicely. There's a lot of coffee in my life. No, but I think, all of these things inform each other. One of the things that I love about being a part of this show is the way we highlight creative people and the way we highlight creative products and creative arts. I mean, everybody on this staff doesn't just do what they do on the show. They do something else that allows them to put a little bit of themselves out into the world and a little bit of not only themselves, but other creatives with whom they work. And I think that was what drew me to the show in the beginning, was this desire to help artists find an audience. And I think that's a little bit what all of those things are about. Being a professor, being a teacher is all about helping students put a little bit of themselves out into the universe and giving them the confidence to do that. The radio show / podcast was a happy accident because I just like having conversations with people. And I thought, what would happen if we recorded those conversations? Would anybody want to hear them? And Deep Ellum Radio, thank goodness, said yes. So I started having the kinds of conversations I was already having with all the creative people in my life, and it became a natural avenue to sort of share that part of them with the rest of the world in hopes that we can inspire the listeners to put a little bit of themselves out into the world.
Well, I have to say, I listened to your podcast. The very first episode, you had Bomethius on.
I did, who actually is an alum of Dallas
Yes,
Music Network.
and he is a Dallas Music Network alumni. He, the two of you, the conversation got really deep. I thought when I first learned about your new podcast that was A Journey of the Song, I was like, okay, is there that much to say about a song during the whole radio show? But you go way beyond a song. You guys really talked a lot about life. His song that you featured was really about, it was coming of age, so it was about aging and time ticking, and just a really interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Can you tell all the listeners where they can hear and get your podcast?
I can. Well, listeners, you can find this podcast. If you know how to find Deep Ellum Radio, it's deepellumradio.com. So you can head over there. We air Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Thursday night is Journey of a Song, so that was what I did with Bomethius, which is where I get to talk to an artist about what inspired them to write and how they got from this acoustic idea to a fully produced song that you hear on the radio. And then Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, you get to hear Journey of an Artist, which is where I talk to creative people like Beverly here, or like Tony behind the camera, or like Jose behind the other camera, about the amazing things that they're doing with their lives and how the path to success is never a straight line. It's always a little bit squiggly. And I think it helps other creatives to hear that, because so often, especially in the age of social media, all that we hear is everybody's highlight reel. We see everybody's highlight reel, and we're inundated with everybody's successes. And we don't realize that most of the songs that you hear on the show are born from people's failures, not from people's successes. They're moments where we had these overwhelming feelings and needed somewhere to put them. And that's what we give to you guys, and ideally what you hear and feel connected to. And that inspires us to make more art and inspires you, hopefully, to follow that art.
I can really hear that in your line, beautifully fragile.
Thank you.
That was really beautiful.
I have a mini existential crisis about 4 times a day when I realize that my dog is not going to live as long as I am. So about 4 times a day, I'm like, oh my God, she's not going to be here forever. What does that mean? And then I hug her obscenely tightly, and she's like, I could have had any human could have dragged me out of the shelter, but it had to be the needy one that needed hugs all the time.
So I guess to all the songwriters out there, and I totally identify with this, is those of us who really love animals, we write songs about our dogs, and no one ever knows that it is a song about, I'm guilty.
I love being in an interview, and they're like, so which ex-boyfriend was this about? And you're like, oh, about my dog.
My dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
It's always a good moment.
Okay, so I wanted to shift gears here a little bit and talk about your thesis. You're in a doctoral program, and it's not just about music, it is about what music does for people. Mm-hmm. I am so wildly interested in that. Can you just mention a little bit of what your studies are about?
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to read the whole thesis.
I won't. That's like 270 pages. Nobody needs. No, but shout out to SMU, Southern Methodist University, who was kind enough to allow for what we call an interdisciplinary program, which allows me to combine departments. A lot of places don't let you do that. And a lot of professors are always a little bit skeptical when you're like, well, my thesis involves music, but also psychology. They're like, no, one or the other.
It can't be both.
But I'm what I jokingly call academically polyamorous. So I had 2. And what I'm looking at is basically how music gives us a safe space to put the feelings that we feel that we think are too big or too loud or too much. You know, when 2-year-olds feel those things, they sob hysterically on the floor. And that's totally socially acceptable. But we get older and we can't do that anymore. So we have to find something else to do. And I think music gives us a space to do that. And by doing it, we're healthier people. So that's what I'm looking at.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
I think that's such an interesting topic and something that I hadn't really thought of before until we've had some of those long conversations about that.
What I wrote Bevan too about life.
Yeah, okay. Carlos is saying, move your hair.
This is, but see, this is how it happens though. People come on Journey of a Song and they're like, tell me, I'm like, tell me about your song. And this is how we end up talking about life, because everything comes back to music, which I think is what our show is really about.
Yeah.
How everything comes back to music.
Okay, now I have one thing I want to say. You don't know I'm going to say this, but
Oh, God.
you have talked a lot, well, here and there, about...
Just a lot in general, really.
Just a lot you've talked a lot in general, and so have I. But this is specifically advice that your dad has given you that I thought was pretty amazing. You talked about when you were a kid, your dad used to make you have to write in writing a request for something that you wanted. You would have to submit it in writing. And I thought, what great training. If I would have started doing that, maybe I could have grown up to be a novelist or a writer. You've worked for Disney.
Yeah.
You've worked for ESPN.
Yeah.
You actually even worked for a company where you wrote up to 25 blogs a day. Very, very interesting. But anyway, I wanted to say that about your dad. Is he one of your superheroes?
I think
I'm just going to title it for that.
so. I grew up with a lawyer and a CPA, a tax attorney and a CPA. I was a mathlete in high school, which for those of you who are watching and are wondering, that is your #1 ticket to popularity in high school. Do competitive math. Guarantee we'll get the girl. Or guy, or whoever you're going for. But yeah, he thinks very practically about things and forced me to think very practically about things. And to avoid that conversation of, I really want this thing. Can I please have this thing? You don't understand how badly I need this thing. He would be like, all right, you really want it? I'm going to need you to write me a list of reasons why that's a logical choice for me to make as your parent. And what was helpful is it started to kind of seep into my consciousness so that I think about the logical reasons to do things.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is, so often we think that creativity just happens all the time and it's just chaotic and everywhere and it's great. But there is a lot of logic in creativity. We have so many dedicated people who work on this show who work really hard and very specifically and in a focused way at what they do that makes this show work.
Yeah.
And I think what it gave me an appreciation for is how ideally what creativity is innovation within parameters.
That makes sense. Love it, love it. I hope to meet your dad someday. He had some very good information when you were a kid. Well, I want to wrap it up here because we've got some more music happening. And since Emmeline is actually our host, I'm going to throw it over to you, and you can introduce our next act.
I would love to. Thank you so much for asking me questions.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you tremendously. Bev is great. You guys need to hang out with her more. We'll have to shoot her backstage. I'm sure she would love that. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce you to our next artist, produced by Ariana Grande's producer, the immensely talented new pop act, Tristan Cole.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I wanna get up to you. Don't you leave, don't you go nowhere.
My name is Tristan Cole. I'm from Kennedale, Texas, right outside of Dallas, probably about 15 minutes. I sing R&B, pop, soul music, just feel good music. And I've been singing forever, as long as I can remember. I've been singing since I was a kid. My mother was always a huge inspiration to me. She was actually on the first season of American Idol. She got third, and I was there with her through that as a child, and just seeing her on stages and stuff was such an inspiration to me personally. And I love making music, and I love being able to give people that feeling of like joy, or a sense of just being able to convey my feelings and have other people feel the same way through music. Unfortunately, my mother passed away a couple months ago, and it's been hard, you know, especially with everything going on through the pandemic, not having a job for a while and having to find new bearings and work a full new job. Not really being able to get into the studio because I had COVID, and having to do that quarantine was, you know, something. But just it's hard to keep your strength through all of this. So as a artist and a musician, we need to be able to come out of this pandemic, you know, with everybody having had their losses and just going through a rough time and a rough year in 2020. Be able to flip the script and come out with good music and music that can keep people's spirits up, or, you know, just all of that. And then being able to perform again is going to be huge for all musicians, all artists, everybody, you know, because it's just going to be nice to be able to get yourself back out there and be able to showcase yourself and convey emotion and feeling. So, I mean, hopefully I'm able to do that tonight. You know, I do it all. I'm doing it all for my mom, and I'm doing it all for Joy and everybody. So it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, oh, I get up to you. Don't you leave, don't you go nowhere. Let me do it tonight. No, you ain't gotta say a word, 'cause I know what you like. 'Cause you ain't gotta lift a finger when you're with me, when you're with me. 'Cause I'm gonna take care of it all right. When you're with me, I'm gonna take care of it all. So get high. Let's go try to touch the sky and get high. Before you let me, let's get high. Let's go further than before, let's get high. I wouldn't want nobody else by my side but you. Knows how it feels. No one but you. Yeah. 'Cause baby, tonight I'm giving it back to you. Ain't that what a man should do? Give it back to you. You treat me so good, sometimes I don't know what to do. I ain't gonna lie, every night I've been thinking about you. I'm gonna please you, got the perfect thing to do. 'Cause you ain't gotta lift a finger when you're with me, when you're with me. 'Cause I'm gonna take care of it all right. When you're with me, I'm gonna take care of it all. So get high. Oh. Let's go further than before, let's get high. Ooh, yeah. Before you let me, let's get high. Let's go further than before, let's get high. I wouldn't want nobody else by my side. You ain't never gotta worry about a thing. And I'm gonna make sure you got all you need. Just say the word, you got it. Whatever it is, you got it. That's what you get when you're fucking with me. Yeah, I wanna cater to you. Something so special about you. Ain't never had it like you. All in the things you do. You know what it is when we vibe. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Let's get high. Ooh, try to get high. Ooh, before you let me. Let's get high. Right by my side. I wouldn't want nobody else by my side. No, no. Right by my side. Oh, yeah. Netflix, no chill. Go Dutch on the bill. And you ain't tryna be a Buddha. Girl, I know how you feel. And you could get comfortable. No, I'm not the one to put cuffs on you. So get comfortable. I'm not asking too much of you. Lately, I've been thinking things. Something's deep down in my veins. And I ain't into playing games. So tell me your name. Tell me your sign and all the things you wanna get into. You're simply amazing. It feels like a dream. I'm up in the clouds, I'm drifting off. And this ain't no typical rendezvous. Can we Netflix, no chill? Girl, first things first. Don't you know you look good? And yes, I'm trying to take you home, but you got me misunderstood. I just wanna hit the couch, watch a movie, burn one down. We can move, make some friends. Another night out on the town. Lately, I've been thinking things. Something's deep down in my veins. And I ain't into playing games. No, so tell me your name. Tell me your sign and all the things you wanna get into. You're simply amazing. I feel like a dream. I'm up in the clouds, I'm drifting off, and this ain't no typical rendezvous. Can we Netflix, no chill? Oh, Netflix, no chill. Oh. Right there, run it back, so tell me your name. Tell me your sign and all the things you wanna get into. It's simply amazing. It feels like a dream. I'm up in the clouds, I'm drifting off. This ain't no typical rendezvous. Can we Netflix, no chill? Netflix, no chill. Netflix, no chill.
Ladies and gentlemen, the talented Tristan Cole. We're going to give Tristan a second to get down here, and then we're going to talk to him about all of the exciting things that he has going on and the amazing things that are yet to come. I hear that the first song you heard tonight might, in fact, be coming out soon. Tristan, welcome to the show, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. We even gave you a mic, and it turns on, too.
Hey, I'm glad.
Good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm super excited to be out here, to be able to be on this music showcase with you guys, some amazing artists, and you did amazing, by the way.
Thank you very much. You too. We were grooving back here.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You found some really great grooves, and you've been working with some really amazing people on putting out some brand new music. Can you talk a little bit about the people you've been working with and how that process has unfolded for you?
Yeah, of course. I have a stellar producer, Slick Music. He's produced Ariana Grande. If you like Christian music, gospel, Tamla Mann right now topping the charts. He's killing it with them. And man, he's a great guy. I think that's something important to have in a producer. Not somebody that just is all about the music or all about doing this or having it their way. It's just being a good person and being personable. So I appreciate everything he's doing for me as an artist. And we definitely have some music coming out soon that I hope y'all are on the lookout for, man.
I'm so excited for you. I think, you highlight something really important, which is that in the studio, you need somebody who's a good human. Because that's a really vulnerable space. Like, creating music is a really vulnerable place to be. Also, you're creating without all of this audience feedback, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like, you go into a closet.
It's just you and the mic, and then, we got feedback. We feed off of each other. So you gotta have a good working relationship.
That's so cool. So how many songs have you guys done together at this point?
Man, y'all should, that's crazy. Like, y'all wouldn't even believe, we probably got 20, 30 ready to go. 20, probably settling at 20, but we've been working for a while. We're just really ironing out all the wrinkles,
It's like you're holding back on us, is what I hear. I hear you have 20, 30 tracks that you have not released for us yet.
Yeah, we're waiting on it. We're going to get them out there soon. We're going to get them out there soon.
That is what's nice about this period in time, though, is it sounds like you two have really had time to kind of cultivate a really good working relationship and let the music reflect that.
Yeah, of course. And that just goes hand in hand with, like I said, actually somebody did say, somebody listening to the music that was working with us, He was like, it's good that you found somebody that can work with your sound, and then, like, just playing off each other's sound. So, yeah, just that meshability is amazing.
Yeah, somebody who gets your story and your identity as an artist and how you want to share that with people. That's really cool. So you write a lot of your own stuff, but you also do something really cool, which is that you record music that other people have written and give it a voice. How do you choose which pieces to release?
Well, I mean, you can't, we're in this game singing, and, it's amazing. It's a great thing to be able to write your songs or write with somebody on your songs, but then you can't discredit those people that do write songs for artists, because that's, not you, of course, but, like, that's a huge market, and people, like, I don't know, if you want to go to the country realm, like, Chris Stapleton has wrote so much that y'all wouldn't even believe that he has wrote, for other artists, and it's a big important part of the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're creating jobs, really.
Hey, I don't know.
Just working to benefit the economy. Yes, well, 20, 30 tracks, though, that's a lot. And I guess the question becomes, do you see yourself filling those shoes as well? And in your writing, do you ever write songs where you think, well, this doesn't go with my sound, but I think this would be great for another artist?
I haven't got there yet. I like that, though. That's interesting. I haven't even explored that thought. Well, I guess you do. When you write music, at some point you're always like, oh, so-and-so would sound dope on this track or, like, performing this track. So, I mean, there's that. But hopefully, I mean, I'm not opposed to possibly having somebody else sing my stuff at some point,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you talk about collaboration, and it'd be dope to have somebody else on a track. Does that mean that you have some features coming up in some of these 20 songs?
Did
you see how coy he just got? He was like, I'm not going to say yes, and I'm not going to say no, but...
Just a couple, just some good people. Just some good people just hopping on some good music.
That's awesome. So basically, whatever serves the track.
Yeah, of course. And then, like, everybody on our side is so open-minded. We like to go with the flow and just make music,
That's really, really cool. I'm so glad that you've found a creative space that allows you to be open and allows you to explore. That's such an important thing for an artist. If people want to continue to follow your journey, if they want to be the first to know when any one of these 20 tracks drops, where can they do that?
Okay, look, so I do have a Christmas single out right now that you could go check out. It's pretty nice. No, I'm joking. But,
you can do Christmas in February.
Yeah, of course, Christmas in February. Not too far off.
Quarantine, right?
Everybody can use a little bit of cheer, right?
I mean, for all we know, it's still March of 2020. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, but yeah, y'all can find me. I should be on all platforms. My Instagram, Tristan Cole Music. I mean, that's what I work off of. So find me on there. You can find me on Apple, just Tristan Cole, Spotify.
And that's Tristen with an E.
Tristan with an E.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tristen with an E, for joining us tonight. I appreciate you tremendously, and I'm so excited to tell our audience that you are about to head back to the stage because you got one more for us.
Got one more for you.
So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, I love Tristan's music so much, I need to hear more of it, don't worry. Just stay tuned. He's going to head to the stage right now. In fact, he's going to run. And while he runs, I'm going to...
I don't think I need this mic.
You don't need them. Oh, I didn't mean to make him nervous. That's what I get for telling people to run. But what I will say is this. While he's running back to the stage, make sure that you look him up. Tristan Cole Music. That's Tristan with an E, Cole Music on all of your favorite social networks. And you can be the first to know when these hot new songs hit the playlists. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here's more of the amazing Tristan Cole.
Boomerang, she coming back, got us every time. Little baby at 10, yeah, she is a dime. Took her out to 4 hours tripping. I'd do anything just to make her mine. Boomerang, she coming back, got us every time. Little baby at 10, yeah, she is a dime. Took her out to eat, yeah, that's one and dine. I do everything just to make her mine. Guarantee she coming back, cause this is where it's at. I'm telling no lies, yeah, I'm speaking all facts. Time of day, yo, she give me all of that. Every time I slide through, she all out the welcome mat. If it's all the same, girl, I feel the same, you know. I do anything just to keep my baby close. Where you wanna roll to, baby, we can go. You can even choose a coupe, I'ma show you how I do. Yeah, she excited, cause I got the juice and that's the truth, you can't deny it. I'll be the man of the year. She gon' double back, that's what it. Boomerang, she coming back, yeah, that's every time. Little baby at 10, yeah, she is a dime. Took her out to eat, yeah, that's one and dine. I do anything just to make her mine. Boomerang, she coming back, yeah, that's every time. Little baby at 10, yeah, she is a dime. Took her out to eat, yeah, that's one and dine. I do anything just to make her mine. Take off to the moon, we can fly away. My visions are cute, like I'm Hardaway. Give me one more shot just to make it day. There's an open lane, won't you slide my way? It's so natural, so special. I'm really feeling your vibe. And you got a real one, no cap, put that on a million, babe. Yeah, she excited, cause I got the juice and that's the truth, you can't deny it. I be the man of the year. She gon' double back, that's what it is. Boomerang, she coming back, yeah, that's every time. Little baby at 10, yeah, she is a dime. Took her out to eat, yeah, that's one and dine. I do anything just to make her mine. Boomerang, she coming back, yeah, that's every time. Little baby at 10, yeah, she is a dime. Took her out to eat, yeah, that's one and dine. I do anything just to make her mine. Oh.
Gentlemen, once again, Tristan Cole. Dude, so fantastic. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. We have even more amazing music coming for you right now. I'm going to introduce you to a woman after my own heart. She's a fantastic keyboardist, a fantastic vocalist, and she has a theatrical style that will draw you in and never let you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the fabulous Poppy Xander.
Good evening. Welcome. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Poppy, and I'm going to be singing a song for you. I wanted to give you a brief introduction. It's about a woman in the Middle Ages who weaves tapestries that tell the future. Prophetic tapestries. Are you ready? Okay. A lady, she weaves tapestries of the future. No one gets her. She tells the tales of things that are to come, of new life, devastation, world domination. Spirits guide her hands, never stopping or contemplating. As the picture forms, the story begins to unfold. Behind the curtain, candle-lined walls of prophecy certain. The one on the left is Catherine the Great, but no one would know her name. Oh, the revolution she prayed. The one on the right, 3 ships set sail, reaching the shores of natives' peril. Shells and emeralds line the sand, a collection of deals they don't understand. In another, puppies cover a field painted with blood from a scar made by man stretched across old land. And above, a golden child is born, not a boy or a girl. Their eyes radiate the colors of the world. The judge and jury claw at their skin, but the child's eyes radiate heaven within. A sound she hears, and she knows this one that she's made is now taking place in the hearts outside, now stirring in a grave. And she knows that she's woven these docks, that she's seen them before with the sailors no more. And she's heard the churches crying from the spirits she's been spraying. Doctors in masks, burning bodies in rounds. And she knows that the year 1946 will be our lives. A new song. I wrote this a few weeks ago. I'm grateful to all of you who have joined me in my journey of writing songs. It means so much. This is going to go out to my lovely roommate, Adrian Lee Jarvis from Prima Donna. We were sharing a hotel room, neighbors, and I heard her playing The Doors every morning through the bathroom. So I think that's where this comes from. Back in the raven's claw, I see her face again. No mortal ever be. My true love is ending. And she goes again to the night, and I see her no. In the hallway standing, her bride is called to be. No more a bondage girl, but to be set free. And she goes again to the night, and I see her no. Burn out bright out in the night. Ooh, through the air a chill man's gaze, for the time is ticking. Waited for the axe to fall in this languid wrecking, banished till the heart turns stone and repeats reversing like the whispering devil's tongue on a mother's tongue. And she goes again to the night, up against a crowded giant, wondering if her true love's wings ever live to fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the immensely talented Poppy Xander. We're going to give Poppy a second to make her way down to our little interview area here, and then we're going to talk to her about all of the awesome things that she has going on in her life and how things have changed a little bit for her in the time of COVID-19. I think in the before times, Poppy was living a life that was mostly full band, right? And then,
is it on?
It is on. Don't worry, girl, we got you.
All right.
We do, here at Dallas Music Network, we learn from our mistakes.
It's beautiful.
You're beautiful. I love your outfit.
Thank you.
I was like, I need a jacket now.
I took a secret trip to LA. We did a very special production out there. Who knows what's going to happen with it? But when I was out there, there was hardly anything was open.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I'm not really touristy, but I did take a picture in front of the Chinese theater because there was no people.
Oh, wow.
It was the wildest thing. But I got there was a goth store open.
Oh.
And I went there every day.
That's amazing.
Because there was nothing else open.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying this and some other gems.
Fabulous. It so works. I love it. And it so fits the theatrical nature of your music.
Yeah, I'm huge. I was raised classical, and people want to say Prince or whatever, and to me, this is just like
no, you're the
my
concert
version
master.
of like Liszt, late Victorian, like throw your bras at me, ladies.
It's like you're the orchestra conductor. You're like the master of
Yes,
ceremonies.
absolutely. Look at these tails.
I was gonna say you're ready. We just need a baton for you.
Yeah.
But I love the way that you incorporate all of the textures that you do into your music because you layer very well, and I think you use it so often to tell the story inside the song.
Yeah, that's a huge influence too. When like the Schubert, those art songs where you can hear the spinning wheel. I mean, in the piano, it's there. It's that undulating undertone that happens, which is very similar to the beginning of the Tapestry song.
Yeah.
It has that kind of constant movement going.
Stuff like Erlkönig where you can hear the hosts.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I love it. We'll just nerd out on classical music. It's fine.
Yeah, we can move on. I will later on a wild Saturday
fantastic.
night.
So you were telling me that one of the coolest things about this time for you has been kind of the rediscovery of your music. Can you speak a bit about that process?
Yeah. So I started obviously having to play solo all of a sudden. If I was going to gig or do a live stream, it was going to be solo. And so I suddenly had to learn all of my songs. And because my bass player usually just looks at me. And it looks like I'm mad at him, but I think it's the other way around where he's just like, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Because it's so, and I was able to reconnect with my songs in a huge way. And not only my songs that I'd written and performed regularly, but songs that I'd had just, written and maybe done a cell phone recording of, and things that were really deep and like revisiting those painful times. I changed some of the words to songs about when they were about people I didn't like anymore. I was like, this can use an update. I don't care if I've recorded it,
Well, yeah,
so
then the song becomes a reflection of where you are now.
Yeah, it's alive.
I think that's a really beautiful way to look at it. And I think also, a testament to that sort of process where you've developed this trust with a band, you think you know what a song is supposed to sound like, then all of a sudden the world shuts down and you're like, well, now the song is going to still be a safe place for me to put the feelings that I have about the situation, but the feelings are going to be different, and so the song reflects that difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've been discovering too is going on these deep dives. Some artists don't want to say like they don't want to say like where a song comes from because it can disrupt the audience's perception. And I mean, I still like to talk about what it was like for me, for those who want to hear about it. And so I started a Patreon page, and I go into these deep dives and kind of the compositional techniques that I used and how the piece came to be and what it's about to me. Now, it's all symbolism, too, so you can still think whatever you want, and if you don't want to read the lyrics, you don't have to. You can make your own up. It's fine. That's what I usually do anyway, so.
That's so cool, though. So through your Patreon that you started in COVID, you sort of take the audience through the process with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's several people who play, instruments or, and I do some piano tips and, just theory kind of knowledge and on top of compositional stuff. Yeah, even if you're just a performer or a lover of music, or you like weird theatrical songs that, you know, then...
No, weird,
yeah.
beautiful in their own way. I think that's what it's about, right, is serving the song. And so each song tells a different story, and that sonically is represented differently.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And there's so many to discover. I'm putting an album kind of all the demos. I just want to have all the songs I've written in one place that's safe.
Yeah.
Safe from social media, you know, but just safe.
If only we were all safe from social media.
No, we're not.
But we still want you to watch us on Facebook.
Yes.
We still want you to do that.
We're doing great.
So you, in your daily life, not only do you go home at night and teach your audience a little bit about the songwriting process, but in your daily life, you teach kids how to write.
Yeah, so I started teaching high school English again. Well, for the first time, I said again. I used to teach at a private high school, and I started doing that again. And it has been so interesting because I didn't know what in the world I was going to do. You know, after the summer was so incredibly difficult. But in September, I said, yo,
Universe.
Let me know. Because it's not looking good for, you know, bills.
For the arts right now.
For anything.
Yeah.
So, and I got a phone call to go back to teaching, and it was to teach writing. And I was like, you know, I've been working, it's so interesting about, also, I was a mathlete. I was a mental mathlete. I don't know.
We need an elbow bump for mathletes.
Yeah. I was a competitive mental mathlete.
We've like secretly lived the same life.
I think it is weird.
It's fantastic.
And we both teach writing, and yeah, so it's been wonderful because I'm working on a novel, a sci-fi novel for Helium Queen's The Space Opera.
That's so
and
cool.
So I was really able to take all the writing that I did over the summer as now having to be a weird introvert. You know, I'd been like this extroverted musician, and then all of a sudden I had no one, nothing, and so the only thing I could do was write. And so I really started the novel writing process of that space opera that we've been working on for a couple years. So
I think that's so cool. I think a lot of us, right, that's how we create, is when we're placed in a space where those of us that are sort of Tinkerbell and need applause to live and are starved of that have to create people with whom to surround ourselves, because otherwise we're left alone with our thoughts and nowhere to go, and that's just an unacceptable outcome.
So many people in here.
Yeah, that's so you've got all of these amazing things going on. You have the space opera, you have the novel, you have all of these songs that you're recreating, you have your brand new Patreon page. Where's the best place for people to find you?
I do a lot on Instagram, and I started a TikTok.
Ooh.
It's for both Helium Queens from the Moon and for Miss Poppy Piano, because I wanted to focus more on like theory and piano stuff, but who knows? There's already a few funny things up there. But
so Instagram at Poppy Xander.
Yes.
Or TikTok at Miss Poppy Piano.
Yes.
Or Helium Queens.
Or Patreon.
And Patreon, and that's how people can support you.
Yeah, I would love for you to come join my Patreon. It's great. We'll have a conversation.
Basically, you just need to Google Poppy Xander. And the best thing that happens is you get to play us 2 more songs.
I do.
I'm so excited.
I'm going to play a
so
favorite. I'm going to play an old favorite of mine.
I'm excited.
And then close with something new.
Ooh, something brand new.
The one I just played was brand new. I wrote that 2 weeks ago. This is like 2 months old, maybe, the last one.
We have an exclusive.
It is. It is an exclusive.
That's so exciting. So I'm going to give you a chance to get back to the stage. Poppy, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for playing. It's been such an honor to share a stage with you tonight. And we're going to have to chat more about how we've lived the same life.
Yes. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we have even more from Poppy Xander coming up right now. For all of you at home, though, we do want to remind you, we do this every week here at Dallas Music Network. And nothing gives us greater joy than shining a light on all of these amazing artists. So if you want to check out past episodes or figure out how you can find the artists you love, head to dallasmusicnetwork.org to do that. That's dallasmusicnetwork.org. And now, without delay, here is the immense presence that is Poppy Xander.
listen to them 'cause they know the most. They can see into the past and make it last and last. Tell me, what do they say? Just pain, no, not this again. My heart starts racing just imagining all about the times before. You'll happen more and more. Can you hear what they say? It goes the very same way. And I'm stuck in the house, and I can't leave the couch. Her voice is screaming loud. Watching neighbors just to fantasize all about their sinful lives. When the mailman appears, makes me wet, but these aren't tears. And I'm clicking a mouse while I unbutton my blouse, trying to find a new spouse, a way to get out. The voice is screaming loud. This is the witching hour, and now I have the power. I had to remember what I was gonna play. I had to remember. I was thinking, are the song titles back there? Okay, here we go. You ready? Bought a ticket for a masquerade. Squad cars clocking up our parade. 3 girls singing in the moonlight. One time trying, but it's not right. Not right, not right. Take me out, dancing tonight. I hear the sounds coming to life. You at once
Poppy Xander, everybody. Such a beautiful voice and such exciting songs. And now, it's time for the news. We want to take you into a journey where we catch up a little bit with our Dallas Music Network alumni. First, fearless author and friend of the show, Brianna Ruelas, is hosting her inaugural Singing Show Summit, February 24th through the 26th. Her 3-day virtual conference features casting directors, legal experts, celebrity vocal coaches, and more. If you have onstage aspirations, make sure you register for the Reality Singing Show Summit at realitysingingshow.summit.com. Next, we are raising a glass to toast our other favorite MC, Deanna Wheeler, whose new song, Whiskey Weather, is headed to country radio this Monday, February 8th. Deanna, we cannot wait to rock out to your new jam. If you can't wait to hear Deanna's smooth new single, be sure to pre-save it on all of your favorite streaming platforms. And last but not least, our very own Mav Trax is launching his new business, MTI Music Solutions, with a wonderful, I know, right? Let's give it up for Mav Trax. Mav Trax is especially special because he's responsible for every artist that you see on this stage. He's the one who does our booking. And his new business venture, MTI Music Solutions, launches February 18th with a huge party at the Freeman Cajun Cafe, starting at 10 p.m. You might even see some of your favorite Dallas Music Network alumni on the stage. And that is the news. And that is our show. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can we have a huge round of applause for everybody who has performed tonight? We want to thank Poppy Xander. We want to thank Tristan Cole. And we want to invite our members of the band to hang out. We have Troy, Jay, RJ. We're going to take you to the stage where everybody's going to take a bow. But we just want to say thank you to everybody. And Jose, our fabulous bass player. They backed up 2 amazing artists tonight. Again, Tristan Cole, Poppy Xander, our fearless cast and crew, Jose, Troy, Jeremy Jackson, and RJ, our fantastic band. And most importantly, we want to thank you at home for watching. We will be right back here on the same stage at 8 p.m. next Saturday with a brand new show for you featuring Charmin Green and the amazing R&B stylings of Vandell Andrews. Don't miss it. Good night, everybody.
Skies are blue.